Dear family, I've arrived in New York now. It seems so different from what I imagined. It's hard to believe I'm really here. I went to visit my friend Janet. She sent her love to you. Since I know Janet from China, it seems funny to see her here. Janet introduced me to her friend Anne. Anne is a graduate exchange film student from Shanghai. She has been here for 2 years. They're going to take me around New York City. They said I will get lost on my own because it's so big and confusing. Jenny said that New York is very different from the rest of the country, so I had an idea to travel all across America and to find out what people are like in other parts of the country. I bought a used car. It only cost $450. Unbelievable, so cheap. It is a big, black 1970 Cadillac. Janet laughed at me for buying it. She said, it looks just like a Chinese gunboat limousine. She also said that it is a gas eater, but I like it. Anne decided to go on the trip with me. She is curious about seeing America too. I think that it will be good to have a friend with me also. She can help me read the map. Anyway, all of us are going to Midtown to see the skyscrapers. I will write you soon. Love, Yaping. The pace of life here is always a rush. Everybody seems too busy, very busy.
Well, it doesn't bother me at all. It reminds me of Shanghai. It's also kind of a big commercial city, has the same pace.
But in Peking, the pace of life much slower than this.
What do you want in your hot dog?
Everything.
Everything? Everything. Mustard, sauerkraut. What do you want? I want the hot dog and what? The onion. Just the onion. Okay. One for you.
Another one, just
Another one is just mustard. Oh, no mustard. Oh, no mustard. I'm sorry. Mustard. Just onion. Right. Thank you very much.
I don't like it.
You must eat it. You must eat it. No, it's American food. Taste bad.
So different from Midtown and here. This corner just so big different from Midtown.
Once I took picture here and I mailed back, and some friend of mine wrote back to me, asked me if I was still in New York.
Some Chinese youth, they think America must be a very rich country, and if you tell them this, they couldn't believe that.
Hello?
Do you have family? How old are you?
You always sit like this.
Do you need
Why
help?
don't you go home? Hi. Do you have son? Do you have daughter?
Do you have family?
Do you have any food? Are you hungry? You want to drink something?
Yeah.
What do you want?
I think the reason that Americans work so hard is because they are afraid that they might end up like this bomb. In big cities in China, political activities are the major part of life. But here it seems that commerce and business are the soul of the place. Also, everyone has their own activities and enjoyment. People dance and sing out on the street. In China, you will never see that. It's funny to think that 1 billion Chinese have no idea what a Western city is like. What would they think if they were here now on 42nd Street? They would think that all Yankees are crazy people. Everything here is for buying and selling. Even sex is business. It sells body and movies. Maybe it can supply many jobs. When I was in China, I heard a New York subway. If you buy one token, when you get in, it's a young guy, but when you get out, 70 years old, you still cannot travel all the corner of subway.
I think the subway system itself reflects the whole New York life because almost everybody takes subway. Bankers and waiters, they are in the same train sometimes.
Dear family, we are leaving New York now. This is really the beginning of our cross-country trip. Anne and I are very excited about the trip. We are just a little worried about the car. I will write you soon. Love, Yaping. Washington, D.C. is a very pretty and official looking. In some ways, it reminds me of Peking. I would like to meet President Reagan and find out what he is worried about most. Is it nuclear war, or bankruptcy, or how to eat Chinese food with chopsticks correctly? 1/3, right?
哪里的话？
你看，从这个华盛顿到莱森顿，你看，华盛顿莱森顿这么一段路 ，right？ 然后到这81这么一段，又是一段，这么一段，差不多吗？
你看你现在今天晚上这样走的话，
我们
不到12点钟到
我的意思
才怪呢。
是在这儿吃饭，就是我们在这儿吃饭，就在这个81这儿。We eat dinner
吃完饭再走。
Yeah, then go to Lexington now to sleep overnight.
Okay.
River Valley is at 76 degrees. It's 82 in Danville, 78 in Lynchburg, 79 in Roanoke, 70%.
This cider sweet as honey. This is a place to spend your money. Hard and firm, they ain't got no worms. All the worms took vacation gone to California.
What's your name, by the way?
Holland.
Holland.
Check his fruit basket.
My name is Wang.
Glad to know you,
Glad to know
Wang.
you.
My name is Anne.
Glad to know you, Ann.
She came from Shanghai, China. I came from Peking, mainland China. We are students here.
You know where I'm from?
Where?
Where are you from?
Alabama.
Alabama. Oh, it's
Yeah.
Southern America and Northern America is different. The people are different.
Altogether.
Would you like to explain that for me? What's the difference? Let's see your
Civil War. The Civil War divided the North from the South, and a lot of those people, well, there's still some of them living, and they've never gotten over it. They never will as long as they live.
Anywhere we go in this country, we can find a motel to stay in. They all look about the same. They all have big bed, shower, color TVs, telephones, and parking. Americans really know how to enjoy themselves on the road. Even in small, quiet places, you can find a motel very easily. Dear family, we are in the South now. So far, the car has been a very good guy. It seems to me Jenny had too much worry of it. There is a World Fair in Tennessee. I heard that there is a Chinese exhibition there. I'd like to visit there and to find out how the Americans like China and Chinese culture. Excuse me, where are you from?
Ohio.
Ohio.
Uh-huh. It's Tennessee, Kentucky, and then Ohio.
Which
States.
is-
See?
You're on vacation or just
Yeah,
flying?
we're on a vacation special to come here to see the World's Fair.
See China?
Yes. Yes,
This is the first
everyone
one.
says
First
you
one.
must see China.
First place we
Oh,
see it.
really? Yeah.
First place we
So
see
I
it.
said we're going to see it first, and if my legs get about, that's it.
Yeah.
How do you like this?
The best so far, by far.
Think so?
Yeah. Certainly like it. I think they should have I think more of the countries should have brought over stuff from the museums the way China did. By far.
Have you ever been to China?
No, I haven't. They just opened the gates to Americans recently.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty young. I have a lot more years to go. I can go over there.
Stay tuned. When I come back, the #1 song all across the USA.
Hello there. It is time for inspiration again as the International Christian Ministries broadcast, sponsored by the Mission to Children, is greeting you.
我们去看美国作家 Star Turkle.
To answer
Oh,
your
right.
questions.
I know that I read a book in China called Working, written by him, right?
Yes, he wrote that. I met him in Beijing. He through Janet interviewed me. We can meet him soon because he stay in Chicago. Chicago is not that far from where we are now.
See, I was raised here in Chicago in what is called a men's hotel, not too far from where we're sitting right now, in the heart of Chicago, near the Loop.
I want to know what's the most important point of our American dream? Is the money or freedom, equality, or...
When you say the American dream, there's no one answer. Maybe the word should be American dreams, plural, because the American dream to someone who came from Europe, let's say Russia, Italy, Ireland, the Scandinavian countries early in the century before, came what? It was a new land to them. They heard about this land, a job, bread on the table. They may have come from farms, rural communities, and they dreamed, of course, of a place where somebody has a job, a house, maybe school for the kids, a better life for their kids. What's the dream to the American black person? They didn't come voluntarily. They were kidnapped off the shores of West Africa, and many died on the way on those slave ships. What's the dream to them? The dream to them, too, is to have, I suppose, a job and a better life for their kids. And then what's the dream to the American Indians who lived here? They probably said you should have stood in bed, you know. You should have stood home. So dreams are different things to different people. I think also, early, a century ago before, there was still something called a frontier. Go out west. That was the advice that Horace Greeley gave to young people in the middle of the 19th century. Go west, young man. Well, there is no west anymore. Now it's all, where is the frontier? The frontier now has to be something else. Maybe the frontier has to be in people's relationship one to another. Maybe that has to change now.
You think Americans still has dream or their dream broken now?
Well, there's a great deal of disillusionment and cynicism here, as I suspect there is the world over, you know. But since we're pretty much the most affluent country in the world, people see us as the focal point of where does it go next, you know. Well, I say this as an American, no country, no side can be ethnocentric anymore, can say, I am the middle of the universe. There is no one country. There is no one society. No matter how good that country might be, no matter how moral it thinks it is, no matter how rich or powerful, whether it's U.S., USSR, or the Republic of China, you know, People's Republic, there is no one country anymore that's the center of this earth. We're all part of it, thanks to new energy in the world. And so it has to be, for want of a better phrase, the human century. And that's what we got to make now, in U.S. as well as anywhere else.
I have published several books in China. After meeting Star Turco, I think I would like to write a book about Chinese hopes and dreams, and to compare the two countries. What's your hope for your future?
Hope for the future?
Yeah.
I hope I keep working. I hope I keep a steady job. That's what I hope for the future. Keep a steady job if I can make it. And I hope that cost of living comes down, what you want. And I hope it'd be more job for the people that are not working. Because I got a lot of friends that are not working. That's about it.
Mr. Watson, when you work in your factory, how long have you been working in the factory?
How long I've been working in that one factory I'm working at now?
Yeah.
I've been working there 8 years.
But is that easy for you to get along with all the people there? And
At times it is and at times it ain't. No, it ain't easy for you to get along with all the people there.
Would you like tell me what's the hope of your future?
What's the hope of my future?
Yes.
Getting rich.
Getting rich.
Getting rich.
I would say to see all of our children grow up and have their own homes and be happy. You know, I really don't care to be rich. I just want to be comfortable, that's all.
Do you think
see the kids all grow up to be comfortable?
This family reminds me of a traditional Chinese family. They want to be comfortable and have a better life for their children. But the meaning of comfortable is much different than in China. In China, a new bicycle is a big deal. But this working family has so many things: cars, refrigerators, color TVs and telephones, and own furnished house.
Al, Kevin, and Jerry.
And wife and husband.
Yeah.
I think that we will be around as Beef Nebraska for some time. I'm not too concerned about that. And with my position, if Beef Nebraska did have problems down the road, I think that I could get a job with most any packer in the same position or something a little better. That's not a real concern of mine. As far as the future, I think that I'll probably end up staying in this line of business. It may not be in the production end, it may be something else. Probably the rest of my life, if things go right, maybe I can retire a little earlier than a lot of your production people. For me, I'm a little too old to worry about going back to school or anything like that. You know, I'm 36, it's not real old, but I'm happy with what I do.
American supermarket is so different from where we shop in China. In China, you have to stand in separate lines for each kind of food. But it's a lot of fun because it's so crowded. You can gossip and eavesdrop.
You want to get which kind of condition? You want to raise how many percent?
50 cents over minimum wage. Minimum wage right here is $3.35 an hour.
I see.
They're asking for $3.85 an hour. They're asking for health and welfare benefits. They're asking for some job security, which the union gives us. The union gives us job security. And they're asking to get rid of the lie detector's test.
You want to raise up to how much?
Well, they want about $2 an hour.
But how much they get now?
Well, it varies on different people.
If we refuse to take the polygraph test, they can terminate us, okay? If we take the polygraph test and we fail it, they can terminate us. They can ask us any question they want to, okay?
Like what? Like what?
Like, have you ever stolen from your employer on the job? Have you ever come to work high, drunk, anything like that? Them two questions are the main ones, more or less. If they ask you that question, have you ever stole from an employer, you're going to automatically say no. Just about everyone has, more or less. I mean, anybody that works in a grocery store takes a carton of milk off the shelf and drinks it, or takes a pack of bubble gum, or takes a carton or a package of cigarettes. You know, it's something that everybody does. So we're trying to get rid of that, and we've been striking now 14 days, and we've had some bad things happen already. We've had one big fight down here. We've had someone come through and throw tacks all over the parking lot so that people can get flat tires.
As hard as jobs are to find, you people have your nerve being so greedy. You
We're
really
not
do.
greedy. Do you know what it means to cross a picket line?
Yeah, I sure do. The store needed help. My husband got a job. That's the way it goes.
You know what you are if you cross the picket line and go to work?
He calls me a scab,
You're
but
considered
that's
a
okay.
scab. That's a legal term in the United States of America.
Fine. Well, I'm not half the scab you guys are.
I'm glad you feel that way. Thank you.
Well, I feel sorry for them. I do. I feel sorry for them. I've been in a union, and it's hate to go out to strike. But when you want to go someplace to buy your groceries where it's cheaper, I'd rather go where it's cheaper. You know, I do feel sorry for them. I hate to cross the picket line, but
my goodness, doesn't make any difference to me. Why? I don't believe in unions.
It don't matter to me, really. I mean, I'm not going to stop shopping here, but it doesn't bother me that they strike.
They will win or you will win.
What's that?
The store will
The owner will win or the strikers will win.
One of the two.
But how do you feel?
Whom do you believe in? Which one is stronger?
Well, the store right now.
You think you will win?
We'll win. We won't quit walking this line until we do win. Because if we don't win, we need to win this strike. In this town, we need to win this strike.
This is the first time I have seen a real-life strike. In China, union leaders' job is to keep people working, but not on strike. I would like to meet an American union leader to find out more about the way of American unions.
I think most people in China, they were taught that workers in this country, in the United States, they were exploited and they're suffering.
I accept that.
Do you think that's true?
Well, sure, that's true.
Well, how do
Well,
they
sure, that's
feel
true.
about it? Do they really feel they are exploited by the employed and you know, the people they are working for?
That question depends on who you're talking to. If you talk to someone that is working continuously and making a fairly decent living, and then I'd say that the answer was no. He's not feeling that he's been exploited. But if you take someone that works in a plant here that worked here 20 years, like Wisconsin Steel, and now finds himself out of work, yeah, I think that their attitudes change on that, and I think that they feel that they were exploited and got the short end of the stick.
Have you seen the role of the union changing as the economic situation worsens?
and what the union strives to do.
I've seen that the labor movement as a whole, and that's a broad brush that I'm answering this with, but segments of the labor movement, I should say, that have changed their posture. And now find themselves doing the bidding in much respect for the industrialists. And my feeling on that is at the expense of the worker. Being overtly concerned about the companies and not making enough profit, etc., things like that. And I think it's a lot deeper than that. I think the problem that we're confronted with right now is a lot deeper than that. The problem the labor movement is confronted with is a lot deeper than that. And very, very small segments of the labor movement are really addressing themselves to the real problems. The real problems historically, as well as today, has been the distribution of the wealth that these industries create. And very few are talking about that.
I really want to see the American farmer's life, since China is such an agricultural country, and I'm really interested in seeing how farmers lead their life here.
I have experience of farmers' life in China. I really want to see American farmers' lives too and compare it with China's.
How about most people here, young people, they like to just continue their parents' work when they're grown up, or they want to move out to go somewhere else?
It depends. Right now with farming, you can't really continue. The whole family really doesn't stay in it. It's like the farms are getting fewer and fewer all the time, and there's just, you don't get like it used to be, the farmer, the sons would take over, but not so much anymore.
I don't know what it is now. I think one farmer produces enough for 42 people, I think now it is.
42 people?
I think so.
We have 1 billion Chinese, but 80% are working for food, for raise food.
I'd like to have you seen that. We were chopping hay. We had a tractor and a chopper and a wagon.
Yeah.
One guy did that in the field, and then another guy hauled it in. We blew it up into those things.
But only one guy worked over there and one guy over there.
Right.
That's it.
The rest was equipment.
In China, at least you have 30 people work here and 30 people make work over there.
Yeah,
they all
I realize that.
Manpower and everything has to be done by hand.
Yeah.
We don't have so much machine.
The hope of our future is to get enough of our debts paid off. We have money borrowed to get this operation going, to get enough of that paid off so that the families can live without the burden of so much debt and have life a little easier. Because it takes all of the money that you can make now to service the debt, and the high interest rate, you probably have heard that since you've been to America, is really very hard on farm people, because we have no way to add that extra cost to our products that we sell. Everything that we sell, we take it to town, and what will you give me?
Yeah.
But when we have to buy something, they tell us how much we have to pay or we can't take it home. And so that is I guess our hope of the future is to be into a position that we can make a living for everybody and not be burdened so much that sometimes it would be to where we could lose it all.
Though the combines gang up, take most of the bread, things just ain't like they used to be. Though your kids are out after the American dream, and they're working in big factories. If I come by when you're out in the sun, can I wave at you just like a friend? These days when everyone's taking so much, there's somebody giving back in. Straw hat and old dirty hankies, mopping a face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you. Straw hat and old dirty hankies, mopping a face like a shoe. Thanks for the meal, here's a song that is real, from a kid from the city to you.
Timing chain, and that's the gear. And then your camshaft that opens and closes your valves, which is underneath your heads. Okay, this fits on the front of that, bolts on there. And there's another gear on the bottom of your crank.
I see.
And like your starter runs on your crank, so when it turns this, and then it goes and opens your valve so your motor can fire.
No, it was fixed, no.
Yeah, I put a new sprocket and new chain, and put new gaskets and everything back in it.
I'm going to drive this Cadillac to Los Angeles. Do you think I can make it?
Should be just like new.
Really? How do you think this car's condition, the total? I think it's it's good. Oh,
it's in good condition. It's had a new brake booster or master cylinder put on it for your brakes. And the old distributor cap was cracked, so we put a new distributor cap on it.
Hopefully, nothing happened to this car anymore.
Whenever the car broke down, there is always someone ready to help you. But for a charge, people depend very much on automobiles in this country. If the country ever runs out of gasoline, I wonder how people could get around. Are they going to ride a horse, like a cowboy?
Thank you. He's a young cowboy, he lives on the range. His horse and his cattle are his only companion. He works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyon, waiting for summer, his pastures to change. And as the moon rises, he sits by his fire, thinking about women and glasses of beer. Are you a cowboy?
I guess that's what you call me.
So what do you usually do for
That's
your...
all I know. Since I was 10.
How old are you?
83.
83?
Yeah.
So you think what time you will retire?
Gonna retire?
Yeah.
Well, just about now. I only work 2 or 3 days a week now. I ride 1 or 2 days a week now. You can't ride bucking horses forever. You gotta be young like you guys.
I'm very curious about cowboys. How do you make a living as a cowboy? Just like in the movie, you ride the horses?
Same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah, that's what they do is copy us. Yeah.
But anyway, you can't just ride the horses and going around, and where did you get the money to, you know, support your family and support your own self?
Some of them don't make too much. I tell you what it is. Some places you can ride for a salary.
Yeah.
But most places you ride for the prize. And there's people, we've got some of them, that make $100,000 a year being cowboy.
What do cowboys like most, and what do they want most?
What they like most, want most?
Yeah, cowboy.
Yeah. A real cowboy?
Yeah.
Well, what he likes most, outside of his family or anything, would be his horse. He's the one that helps to make the living. He likes his horse the best. So. She comes next to his wife, and she ain't careful if she might come ahead of his wife.
Ah.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together?
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather for a life that's true. A happy trail to you.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You think something similar from China, with China?
No, it's hard to say. Each country has its own beauty.
I think sometimes it's similar, like I see that, just a Rocky Mountain, just like the Chinese mountains.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, mountains are mountains.
You are the Shanghai girl. I travel a lot.
Oh, come on. You pig.
I just feel a lot of
Pig and
places.
duck. Hi. Hi. How are you? Pretty good, and you? Fine. Where are you from? Taos. Well, there. It's about 90 miles east. So is that Indian? Yeah. I see. You want to put your luggage here? It's more, you have more room here.
Thank you.
My dad built his house now from when my mom got together. I was even before I was born. And he built this for her. And they got married and I came along and they both died, so it was left to me.
Do you have a bathroom here?
Yeah, outside.
Outside bathroom.
You can take your shower and everything outside.
How do you feel about this condition? Do you feel comfortable?
I do. I like it.
Like
you know, because we don't have to worry about rent or water bills or gas bills or light bills. You know, all we got to do is buy our kerosene and get our wood, and that's it.
Do you want to move to the other place, or you would like to stay here for a long time?
No, we just come here like when we run out of places to go, you know. Like, you know, if Walt was working somewhere, we'd move out there until his job runs out, you know. And then from there, you know, we come back here all the time. Because, you know, we got this, you know.
This is his home, you know.
Do you think find a job is hard for Indian people?
I would say, yes, that it is a lot harder for Indian people. In general, generally speaking, I would say it is, you know, because mostly in the big cities, most of your Indian people are, you know, there's a big alcoholic problem, you know, and they don't hold too many steady jobs for too long, you know. But I would, you know, I'll say for myself, I'll work at anything. You know.
I think I just look your face. You have black hair and nose. I think we are face similar. Do you think maybe 10,000 years, 20,000 years you came from Far East? How do you think of our relative?
Well, I could imagine, you know, that some people say, you know, that we were way back from, you know, somewhere, you know, way back up, you know, so, but Mongolian.
Mongolian?
Or I don't know, that's what the people say, you know. So I couldn't express myself, you know, what other people say, you know, but my accent, my opinion, you know. I guess we came for eating fun,
Maybe we have the same great grandfather.
Yeah, great family maybe.
You say goodbye in your language. Indian.
Goodbye?
Yeah.
Semua.
Semua. Now how to say in Chinese?
再
见. 再见.
再见.
Yes.
Excellent. Semua. Semua.
Semua.
Semua.
再见.
In China, we have the speed limit.
Yeah.
Is 70 kilometer, which means less than 40 miles. But here, people always drive crazy more than, let's see, right now our speed is over 75. Oh no!
Stop it.
Oh really? It's
Just
police.
slow down, please.
Oh, I'm slow down now.
The reason I stopped you was for the speeding citation. You are getting a citation for speeding 60 miles an hour in a 35-mile-an-hour zone. For that, it does cost you $101 court costs. Okay, that's taking care of your fine and everything. And here's your driver's license back. I would hope that you slow down and do not speed anymore, okay? Because it is hazardous to your health and other people's, okay? I don't know how they do it in China, but that's the way we do it here, okay?
Chinese policemen never used to give traffic tickets, but recently they have started to give tickets too. They must have learned from you.
On the road again. Now I locked my doors, the sun went down. Said goodbye to Boston town. Last turnpike to Route 15. You take me on down to New York City.
That's the radar detector. Yeah, in other words, when they shoot the radar at you, if there's radar down the road, maybe 2 miles, but for sure a mile, that'll pick it up. It'll beat.
How do you like your job?
I don't.
You don't like it? Why?
That's just a tough job. What can I tell you? It's a living.
You're going to stay on this job for you?
Am I?
Yeah.
Myself, yeah. Well, first of all, you stay with what you know. In other words, what am I going to, 40 years old, be a cameraman? I can't do that. So where do you make the money to stay? Not only that, I don't have the education to do anything else anyhow.
So, how do you think your future will going to be?
My future?
Yeah. Next year, next 10 years?
Same thing.
30 years? Same thing?
Yeah.
So what's the hope of your future?
What hope? Oh, I do already. That's all. I don't really think of it. In other words, I always make money, so it's, I never worry about it. The only way I won't make money is if I get sick. And if you get sick, you're in big trouble. Everybody's in big trouble. Most guys, if a guy has drove a truck from the time he's 20 years old, by the time he's 50, he's shot. He's like he's 70. In other words, there's so much pounding on your back and everything, your kidneys go and everything. So if a guy has drove truck continuously for all them years, he's an old man when he's 50 years old.
So I guess you know more American than somebody else who live, who stay the same
Because you're
place.
traveling around all the time.
Yeah. Which part you like most?
To make money in New York. To live in California.
I wish my country had such a great freeway system. They take me anywhere I want to go, so fast. I think that my country could build such a system, but I don't think we have enough car to put on the freeway.
I don't care what they say on television. Anybody with a good, clear mind is going to prefer California for quality of living. It's beautiful. This is a living that the entire world looks at on TV and movies, and they emulate.
Yeah.
Palm trees and pine trees and oceans and beauty and warmth and beautiful women. And they're everywhere. And in New York, they're all bundled up and it's dirty and it's not, you know.
So how you both was born here, right?
No, we're actually from the southeast.
I believe there goes
Florida.
John.
John! John! We're from Florida.
This is your friend?
Yeah, he's probably wondering.
So,
how'd you like California? I love it. We moved out here. We've been out here for about 6 years. And it's different. It's different. California is different from anywhere else. And
what's the difference? What's the
it's, what do I think?
Yeah, you say it's different.
Well, it's different because there's businesses out here that are like nowhere else. People come out here with crazy ideas that are going to make it, but would only make it here because people are more open here, you know. Where back east, they're more sophisticated, I think, and more kind of, you know, they don't know. They'll wait.
Yeah, I mean, people come out here and make pet rocks and make a fortune selling a rock, you know, or Beverly Hills dirt, you know. I mean, you come out here with ideas that sell. They make money. People are so crazy out here.
This is Muhammad Ali's home. Athletes in China can be famous and successful, but not so rich.
These are the trophies that I've accumulated over the years. I lost track of a few, but these are most. The Golden Gloves, Olympic, this is...
Which is the Olympic? Oh my God.
The World Heavyweight Championship. That's the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, I see.
And I got 3 of these belts, 2 of them.
This all gold?
No, I wish it was. And then, pictures, a lot of pictures, magazines.
This is a Life magazine. Huh? Oh, this is you. Holy.
I think that is me.
Yeah. How old is you at that time? Which is Olympic? Which one is you from
Olympic gold medal. Threw that in the river.
Why?
One day in Louisville, Kentucky, in 19...
You threw it in a river?
61. I tried to eat in a white restaurant. They wouldn't let me eat because I was black. So I got angry and threw the medal in the river.
So, do you remember which one you like most? You can.
The best fight of all was Manila, Joe Frazier.
Easy.
I wrote a poem. I said, it will be a thriller and a chiller and a killer when I get the gorilla in Manila.
You are going to make another fighting or something in the future?
No. I'm retired from boxing. I'm now 41 years old, January. 17 just passed, and I'm finished boxing.
Do you have a plan to write a novel and books about yourself, you know, like your own story?
I have one out, I might do another. But right now I want to concentrate on my Islamic religion and looking to be an evangelist, minister for Wallace Muhammad, my spiritual Muslim leader. I want to help spread the Muslim faith. That's my dream now.
You know, our Chinese don't have this kind of, you know, sport. And I don't know, this kind of sport, the most important is what?
I was with Deng Xiaoping.
Yes.
He told me he would like for me to come back to teach the Chinese boys how to box. So one day I would like to go back and see Mr. Deng Xiaoping.
Please, we welcome you. Chinese people like you very much.
Can you box?
I want to learn something from you. How?
No, I ain't
I can kung fu.
Use it. Kung fu. Use your pants.
So, how do you feel about lose whenever you lose?
Well, you feel bad, but the next day, life still goes on. You can't win them all. You lose, just you keep going. Don't bother.
I heard in China that America is a happy place for youth, but that old people are not well taken care of by their family or society.
My wife takes me home twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. She works.
Why do you live in retirement hotel?
Because she can't take care of me because of my condition. And she doesn't work at the same time, so I have to stay here.
I see. So, how do you like stay with, how do you get along with
Well, it's very nice here. I spend a lot of time in my room. I have my own television.
So what things usually you do daily life, morning?
I just eat breakfast and lunch and dinner. And the rest of the time I stay in my room.
I see. Watching television?
Yeah.
So you're 94?
No, I'm in my 94th year.
Oh.
I was December the 21st. I was 93 years old.
Oh. What kind of job you used to take? What kind of job you?
Oh, when I was working, I worked at Chicago Post Office.
Oh, post office?
Yeah, postal clerk.
So you retired?
I retired in 1954.
Well, how do you think your future is going to be? And how do I mean, when young people, when people was young, they have a lot of dreams and futures, hope. Do you still have that?
Well, no, I don't have any dreams anymore. See, my life is behind me now.
I never let myself get depressed or nothing. I've got a drawing room and she's very depressed, and I'm trying to get her out of it. I try to help other people. I try to make other people keep going and keep fighting, you know.
So what do you mean, keep fighting?
Keep fighting for things that happen to them, you know. If they, like when they're sick or something like that, don't give up. Just keep going. Keep trying to go as fast as we can and just ask our Lord to help you. I have a sign on my wall with a cat hanging on there. And it says, hang in there, baby, and I've been hanging in there.
Very good. Very good.
In China, old people automatically get respect and they can lead a very comfortable life. Still, it seems that many elderly people here keep a young heart. Dear family, I'm sitting in Ocean Park in Los Angeles, writing this letter to you. I've traveled from east to west, the Atlantic to the Pacific. My car shows that Anne and I traveled over 5,000 miles. I'll meet people of all different colors, rich people and poor people, young people and old. People were so friendly and curious about us. We learned a lot from them too, how they make their living and work for what they want. I think that even though America is so far away from China, maybe the two people have a lot in common. In fact, there were times when I felt just like at home. I used to think Americans are totally different from Chinese, but after taking this trip, I found out they are more similar than different. Muhammad Ali said that he won't visit China again. I wish I can welcome him at my home. Also, I wish that all of Americans can visit my motherland. I wish that I can have the chance to give them a warm welcome just like they did for us. There is an old Chinese saying, "Green mountains will never be old, and the green river will run forever." The experience of this trip is so great and unforgettable. I hope the memory of this trip will remain forever. Love, Yaping.